Guys, welcome. This is Sammy here from The Property Plug, and this is one of my latest episodes. This is actually a re-record because we had a bit of an issue when we recorded it before with Aman. You won't believe it, but our entire content of camera gear got nicked from our car, which had all of the video recording on it. So sorry about that, and we've had to invite her back in. So kindly you come back in today to re-record that amazing podcast that we...
It's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure to see you guys.
I'm trying to get your ideas on how to fix this place up. So let me quickly introduce Aman. So Aman is the director of a company called Styling Spaces. They are an interior design company based in the West Midlands, and they cover all over the UK. And Aman's a highly experienced lady in her field. And this is why you're on today. We're going to have a quick chat about what you do and what your dreams are and whatever. So, welcome, introduce yourself to the guests if you want, or just tell them what you do and maybe a little bit more than what I said.
I'm Aman Garcha. I'm an interior designer based in the West Midlands, but I've worked with clients all over the country using my virtual design services. I've been doing this for 4 years and I absolutely love it. It's just, seeing people's faces light up when they spend time in their dream properties. It's just, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, I think sometimes when you've got customers and you see them at the end, the result, their feelings is what helps me in business as well. Yeah. Like you just see them, you make them happy. Yeah. I mean, it gives me endless happiness too, because at the end of the day, you've got to create a good customer and make sure they're happy. And if the results are there, and happiness along the way, you can't really lose, can you?
Definitely. I mean, you're transforming lives just by transforming their spaces. You're transforming their mental well-being. You're transforming how they spend time in their homes, their personal properties. It's their personal space. So and you spend a lot of time there, especially nowadays when people are working from home a lot as well. Sure. I love it.
It's a bit like me. I love what I do. I've been working in property for so many years, I think since 2005. So we're at nearly 20 years of experience under my belt here, and I love what I do, and I've had my own business now for 15 years, so it's a huge amount of time, a huge amount of experience, and I love it. The results, financial for me, also seeing my customers happy. So essentially, we could be your first client, or one of your clients, by the way, because we want to tart up this studio. We recently went on a podcast, and their studio looked outrageous.
Oh, was it?
We've got the cameras, we've got the lights. We just got to tweak a few things. So after this, maybe you can help us dress this up and make it a little bit nicer.
For sure.
Is that a challenge?
Yeah, firstly, we'll get you a little table for your plant.
Leave this plant alone. I don't know how I've killed this plant, but this is one of the most hard-wearing plants going, and I've managed to destroy it. So it just shows how little effort I'm putting into these plants. But these are meant to be really good for the air, by the way, these snake plants. They're meant to circulate the air.
Purify the air.
You know that? That's cool.
Hard to kill, so you've done a good job.
Done a good job. Destroyed it first. Okay, so firstly, can you tell me some of your achievements that you're proud of, personal or business? Entirely up to you how you want to answer this question. But
personal and to be honest, I feel like I've had a good life. I mean, I've just turned 40, and I've always enjoyed everything I've done. In every stage of my career. So I've worked in media, love that. I used to work in radio, had an amazing time working in radio, met the most amazing people, learned lots of skills, and then I moved to PR. Again, I've worked with some wonderful people, worked on some amazing projects and learnt loads along the way. I still do a bit of PR here and there, but designing spaces is my dream, and I love it. I fell in love with it when we were transforming our own home when I was on maternity leave 8 years ago. Studied, learned the ropes, and I started doing it slowly, and it's growing. I launched properly 4 years ago, and it's growing, and I love it. I'm really happy to be able to say that I've got a supportive family behind me to be able to do this. So, I've got my family, I've got 2 kids, 2 young boys, and a supportive husband to allow me to, quit a full-time job. To support me in quitting a full-time job and pursuing my dreams.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's that, at the end of the day, if you've got people behind you helping you fulfill your dreams and you love it too, you're always going to succeed because the passion is there, the drive is there. So I'm sure you'll have no issue doing that. I've seen some of your case studies. We've gone through your website, had a look at that, and there's been some really interesting case studies. So obviously for the viewers who are watching or listening to this, can you describe me your like perfect avatar, your perfect customer, the people you like to work with?
My ideal client, and people I generally do work with, are busy professionals who don't have time to like transform their spaces to create their dream homes. They've bought a property, they may be looking to renovate, but they don't have the time to put into it. And I get it, like everyone's got a fast-paced lifestyle nowadays, and time is valuable. So I'm here to like take that, give you your time back basically, and transform your space. That could be by space planning your if you're choosing to renovate or extend, planning your extension, planning your layouts. Space planning is the most important part of design, because if your space isn't functional, it can be as beautiful as you want, but if it's not functional, it's not going to work for you. So yeah, I'll be doing your space planning, your electric plans, your lighting plans, all the technical stuff that people don't think we do. We'll be doing all of that, and just properly fixing your problems.
So it's not just like going to IKEA, picking up some plants and sticking them in the house. There's a bit more to it.
No, that's the end. That's towards the end of the projects, I guess. The starting is actually the more technical stuff, like planning your space and doing your lighting plans and your electric plans, and like working with your trades to ensure that the space is going to function for you, and then the finishing touches comes last.
Yeah, I can imagine, like, if people are refurbishing a house and they're rewiring the whole house, if they don't put the sockets in the right places or the light switches in the right places, you could have like quite a frustrating way of living in that house. I recently refurbished a house and I made a little mistake. I didn't get an interior designer in.
Yeah.
So when you walk in the house, I put a big chunk of 5 light switches right by the kitchen door.
Yeah.
But when you walk in the house, it's dark. So until you get to that first set of light switches, which is about 2.5 meters, you've got to walk in the dark. Even opening your doors, there's 2 doors, it's in the dark.
Yeah.
So we probably should have had an interior designer, but the budget at that point didn't work.
Yeah.
As I grow my development business and investment business, I'm going to be employing interior designers to help out with the planning of where the light switches go.
Yeah.
But we made that serious mistake, and we've had to buy rechargeable like stick-on lights from Amazon. They're actually really effective. So when you open the door, the light just turns on just below. I mean, you open the next door, there's another one there, so it feels like there's light there, but in reality, that's not the best solution.
No,
it's a temporary solution.
It's thinking about all these things before you do it. Is like, that's where we come in.
I thought I was being amazing, by the way, by getting 5 switches onto one plate, thinking less clutter on the walls, more space for artwork.
Yeah.
In reality, it was actually a negative, not a positive.
Yeah, and I do feel like 5 switches on. That's a lot.
A bit too much.
Yeah.
Even for a hallway.
Yeah.
You just say no to that.
Yeah, I would. But that's where
that's from a man's point of view. But I'm like, efficiency. You can control everything on the ground floor from one bit, and you're thinking, for style, it's probably not the best.
It's not just about style though, it's confusing. Like, you're going to be trying them all to figure out which one goes where. Like, if someone new comes into the property, they don't know which switch is for what. So
it happens.
I've been into a property where there's 8 on one, and I'm like, trying them all. Yeah. It's a lot to figure out. You want it to be easy. You want to come into a property, especially a home, and it to be easy and comfortable, and you're not pressing all the buttons to kind of figure it all out.
Yeah, no, I think you are right. And if you look at like how like the house builders work, they all use interior designers to kit out one of their show homes to make the houses look amazing to sell. It's not rocket science, is it? Interior design is a mega business, but I think a lot of people, especially in the English industry, in terms of like in England when we're selling houses, people just want to spend as little as possible. And
that's true. But the thing is, what a lot of people don't understand, we can save you money because we do have access to trade prices. We'll stop you from making those expensive design mistakes, like putting all your switches later on. And we can like troubleshoot those issues before you even get to them, so you're not spending bucks doing it afterwards.
So if I'm buying a house right now, for example, I've got architects coming around to design the design. Once we've got the whole like structural plan and the detailed drawings, you want to get involved and say, look, Sammy, this is where your kitchen's going to be. I think you're going to need TV here, you're going to need light switches here, you're going to need floor lights here or ceiling lights here, and you're going to plan where the lights should go.
I could, or I could ask you how you want to use your space, and then we come to a solution by like having that conversation with you. What are your hobbies? How would you use your space? Like if you're into art or you're into painting or whatever, how do you want to use this space? Are you going to use it as a bit of an art studio or like, you know, a double functioned room? And then we'd plan your lighting and the electricals and everything else around that. So I wouldn't tell you where to put your TV. I'd give you ideas, but
I guess you consult with us and
yeah,
then find out how we live our lives.
yeah,
and say,
exactly.
"Look, because of the way you live your life, this is how you should, obviously."
And everyone's lifestyles are different, aren't they?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, once you've had your architect in, we can work with architects as well. I recently worked with a couple who are looking to extend. They're not looking to extend till next year, but they've had the architect's drawings come in, and then I went to do consultation, and actually we reworked the layout of the extension that they were going to have, because they actually don't need a bedroom downstairs. They actually don't need an extra office, and they don't want a shower in the downstairs bathroom. They're happy to just have a toilet, so a downstairs loo. So we kind of reworked it to work for them, and that's like, I think when architects and designers work together, that's when you get a power couple.
Power team.
Yeah, power team.
Yesterday, I was at a site. So this guy I know has just bought a house, and he wants to basically refurbish it and flip it. So he got the architects there, the builders, and the agent. All three of us there, plus the owner. We had a good chat.
Okay.
And we discussed how we're going to get the most for this property.
Yeah.
And they used my experience way more than I thought.
Really?
Yeah, they're like, they want to know values basically.
Yeah, okay.
And how's the best to get to the figure they need. And I told them what they need, what they've got to squeeze into the house, and what not to compromise on.
Okay.
At the end of it, everyone went with my design.
Oh, wow.
Not my design, my idea of how it should be done. So where to put the bathroom, where to move the stairs to, where to put the downstairs toilet, where to put utility, and how big to make the extension. And now the architect's going to draw it, send me the plans, and I'm going to say, look, that's probably going to work. If it does look like this, you could even interior design it, by the way. It will get X amount of money, and that's how they're going to base their development.
See, that's what I mean. I think sometimes you need more than just an architect. I think you need more minds involved.
100%.
Like fresh perspectives, isn't it? And from different angles as well. So I had the discussion with them on the basis of how long are you planning to live here? And they were like, it's a long-term home until at least retirement age. They were in their mid-30s and they were planning to stay there until retirement age. So we had that discussion about, actually, do you want to turn the front living room into a bedroom as the architect had proposed? And we're like, no. They didn't. No, it wasn't with the downstairs potential ensuite. And they were like, no, that's not really a plan for us. So it's kind of it's all about getting fresh perspectives from other people as well in the industry who can probably guide you a little bit. But yeah, I think getting an architect and an interior designer to get to work together, and an estate agent, it's a power team.
I've said for a long time, meeting up with developers at the early stage, speaking to us, it's not just about square foot, it's about how apartments work. And so many developers want to squeeze them out of loads of properties out of a space, and sometimes if they drop one property, they can get a much better array of properties and maybe even worth more overall. It's a learning curve for them, and they think they're not doing all the time. But I think bringing in experts in their field at the right stage always helps save money and even make money in the long run, doesn't it really? Definitely.
I mean, I also had a design surgery, which is one of my services. It's a one-off consultation with a client in Walsall who they'd already extended, but they wanted it was a 5 by 5 metre space, and they wanted it to be the kitchen, living space and a dining space. It was too small with an island. It was too small.
Kitchen, living and diner.
5
by 5.
Yeah, it was tight. So I did some.
What can you get out of that? Probably as a kitchen diner or kitchen, not even kitchen living really.
So I gave them some ideas and suggestions. They didn't want to scrap the island, so it was tricky.
People love islands at the moment.
Yeah.
We were doing an extension on our house. We're doing planning. And we had 3.7 metres internal width by 12 metres length. So it was a great length, but not the width.
No.
So we had to compromise on the island, essentially, because we wanted to have units and worktops both sides.
Yeah.
But if you have an island in the middle, you can't have units and worktops both sides with 3.7 metres because you don't have enough.
No, you don't have
you
enough
get 600
space.
to 600, that
And
puts
you
you
need a
down
metre.
to 2.5. Then you've got a 1.2 metre, 1 metre island.
Yeah.
You're at 1.5, but you need 900 gap minimum.
Minimum, yeah.
Between each side, so we didn't have it. So we ditched the island. We didn't end up doing the work, actually.
Did
Because
you?
we've actually managed to sell our house.
Oh, okay.
And now we're moving to a new one, and we're going to do a mega extension on that.
Oh, call me.
I think we might have to. What's your style anyway? What's your style of?
My particular style is contemporary, not ultra modern, but quite contemporary. Clean lines, fresh, more minimal than maximalist, but with a timeless twist. So it's still quite classic as well.
Date well.
Yeah, it will date well.
High-end hotels.
Eventually, maybe I'd
No, not in a sense working with them. Is that I like the high-end hotel look.
Yeah.
So if you go to like a W hotel,
Oh, yes,
you know,
yeah.
the hotels are kitted out to a different level. And that is the sort of style that me and my wife go for. We recently fitted out a bathroom with like floating sink, vanity unit, floating toilet, so all clean lines on the floor. That's we love that sort of stuff, really. But the reason I ask you that, do you go for that hotel style, or do you keep it like? I guess you listen to what the customers want.
I listen to what the customers want, and to be honest, I mean, a hotel style is nice, but you want to keep it homely as well. So I always kind of try and get them to keep their personal elements in as well. So not quite hotel, but...
Do you get involved with like picking the kitchen cupboard colours, the worktop colours, the tap colours, the floor colours, all that sort of stuff?
Yep. I can do all of that.
So really a good contact for you could be to be introduced to like a kitchen company who then do a bit more work, a few more extensions, and they could put you in touch with their clients who need interior design space. Yeah,
I've dealt with some kitchen companies, and like I went to the home building show recently and even discovered some more like local gems that I'm in talks with. So yeah.
Really, I recently saw locally in Harborne a developer teaming up with an interior designer.
Okay.
So they've used the interior designer to make the properties feel ultra high end.
Got you. I didn't know who that. Yeah,
we spoke about it before, didn't we? But that could be a match made in heaven. That could work so well. I don't think that's going to fail, and because they're doing the right thing. They're getting experts in to consult, and then at the same time get the most value out of the property.
Of course.
They didn't get the agent in though. Just the interior designer. One day they'll learn that it's good to get an agent involved early doors to work out what you should or how you should make the house.
Yeah.
So we've gone through quite a lot of things. So what sort of services can you offer? I know you mentioned you've got a number of services available.
Yes, I've got 3 main services. The one is the design surgery, which I've done quite a few of lately. It's a one-off 90-minute troubleshooting session. And it could be virtual or in person, and it's troubleshooting any of your design dilemmas, or you might have queries about how to use this space, or it could be space planning one, like that kitchen I told you about. So yeah, that's quite popular. And then I've got the virtual design service, which is top to bottom virtual design, and it's just I design the space, I source everything for you, I can do your space planning, your electrical plans, your lighting plans, and then I just hand all that over to you and you get your trades to do it, or you do it yourself, especially with like the shopping and the decorating and stuff. That's like I do it and then hand it over. And then the final one's a bespoke interior design service, which is a bit more hands-on, a bit more guidance, would like me to discuss the ideas with their trades and talk the designs through with their trades. So that includes a number of site visits.
Yeah, so throughout the project, you're going to be going there. So if it takes 9 months to build it, you're going to be going there a number of times to make sure things are going.
Yeah.
You won't go there right at the start, I guess, but as soon as like the first fixed electrics is going in, you're like, look, make sure the sockets are there, make sure the lights are going here, we have down lighters here, lighters here. I love outside lighting. Do you get involved with that sort of stuff?
I haven't so far. I don't do as much of the outdoor stuff, but eventually.
I think recently I've noticed a lot of properties, especially the high-end ones,
Yeah.
they uplight the house from outside, so at night time,
pretty, isn't
it
it?
looks amazing.
Yeah.
Especially if you've got like a feature tree or a feature plant or something, a mega like olive tree in the front drive. I think it's quite nice to light these things up.
Yeah.
And I guess most of your clients will go for the upper level package where it's hands off because your normal client is a busy professional.
Yeah, I've done loads of the virtual ones.
Really?
Yeah, I've done more of those. And I've had clients all from all over the country with those. Like, so I've worked with clients in Bradford, Surrey, London, where else? Wolverhampton, Birmingham, all over the place, yeah.
Nice.
Watford.
So clearly you're obviously doing a good service. You've got clients all over the country.
Yeah.
Things are moving well. You're experienced. You know how to talk. You're smashing it on this podcast. I guess the main point now is just if we can generate some leads for you, if we can get you in front of like our clients. So when people are buying houses off us, we can say, look, speak to Aman. She can help you with.
Yeah.
If you're buying this house and need to refurbish it, she could be the one to help you.
Yeah, because when you're buying a property, most of the time it's not a brand new one, and you want to put your own stamp on it.
Exactly.
You want to get rid of the previous owner's style and vibe and bring in yours, don't you? So I can help with that, particularly with like stuff like the space planning and ensuring that you purchase the right kind of furniture for your space, making the most out of your space. If you do have particularly dark rooms, we can work with like colour schemes to help to own that room. Or if you have particularly small rooms, the kind of furniture you get will really help to make it feel a bit better.
So many people buy houses because it fits their sofa, and it pisses me off.
No, I've seen so many oversized sofas in really small rooms. Like you're just like bumping into furniture wherever you go. And so it's just that kind of stuff. They're expensive design mistakes because the sofa's going to cost you like £3,000. Yeah. So that is where we come in, and we can totally help you with like actually tell you the kind of furniture to choose or how to kind of decorate your room to make it feel bigger than it is, or taller than it is, or how to hang your curtains to make the windows feel bigger or the room feel larger. It's all that kind of stuff.
Perfect. And are you on social media? Can my viewers find you online?
Yes, I'm on Instagram, Styling Spaces with Aman.
So we can obviously add this to the bottom of the link and send it across, and everyone can find you online and see the amazing stuff you've been doing.
For sure. I'm also on TikTok, but I chat about that one.
That could be another podcast.
I do need to start a Facebook page too.
You've got to be everywhere.
Yeah.
In a minute, haven't you?
Definitely.
Well, look, thank you for coming on. I think it's been a lovely second attempt at the podcast. I think this one's even smoother, and when it goes out there, hopefully people watch it and enjoy what they're hearing. Obviously, you get some business from it. That's the aim of the day, isn't it?
Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Cheers.